Seniors, stop eating these foods cold. Here's why your refrigerator might be silently sabotaging your health every single day. What if I told you that 9 common foods sitting in your fridge right now become dangerous weapons against your immune system the moment they turn cold? This isn't just about taste or convenience. We're talking about bacterial growth, immune system failures, and life-threatening infections that specifically target people over 60. Here's the terrifying reality. Your aging body processes food completely differently than it did at 40. Your stomach acid production has decreased by up to 40%. Your immune system response time has slowed dramatically, and your kidneys can't flush out toxins like they used to. That means foods that were perfectly safe when you were younger can now trigger serious illness, hospitalization, and even death when eaten cold. The CDC reports that adults over 65 are 5 times more likely to be hospitalized from foodborne illness than younger adults. 5 times. And here's what no one tells you. The bacteria that cause these infections don't just make you sick for a few days. They can trigger kidney failure, sepsis, and permanent cognitive decline. One study published in the Journal of Food Protection found that seniors who consumed certain cold foods had infection rates 300% higher than those who heated the same foods properly. Today, we're exposing the 9 foods you must never eat cold after 60 and the simple steps that could save your life. Every point is backed by peer-reviewed research from the CDC, FDA, and leading geriatric nutrition studies. Before we begin, let us know in the comments below where you're watching from, your age, and have you ever gotten food poisoning from eating cold leftovers? We're reading and replying to every single comment with personalized safety tips. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more life-saving health information. Now, without any further delay, let's reveal the first food that's putting your health at serious risk. Number 9, cold leftover rice. This one shocks everyone because rice seems so harmless. It's a staple food for billions of people worldwide. But when rice cools down and sits in your refrigerator, it becomes a breeding ground for a particularly dangerous bacteria called Bacillus cereus. This bacteria produces toxins that can survive even when you reheat the rice later. Here's what happens inside that innocent-looking container. Bacillus cereus spores are naturally present in uncooked rice. When rice is cooked, the heat kills most bacteria, but not these hardy spores. As the rice cools, those spores germinate and multiply rapidly. Within just 2 hours at room temperature, or even in your refrigerator, they can reach dangerous levels. For seniors, this bacteria causes 2 distinct types of food poisoning. The first type hits within 1 to 6 hours and causes severe nausea and vomiting. The second type takes 8 to 22 hours and triggers intense abdominal cramps and diarrhea. But here's why this is especially dangerous for people over 60. Your aging digestive system can't handle the rapid fluid loss from vomiting and diarrhea. Dehydration happens faster and can quickly become life-threatening. We had a patient named Dorothy, a 73-year-old retired school teacher who loved making large batches of rice for the week. She would eat it cold straight from the refrigerator as a quick snack. One Thursday morning, she woke up with violent stomach cramps. By evening, she was in the emergency room, severely dehydrated. The doctors traced it back to rice she had eaten cold 3 days earlier. The bacteria had been multiplying in her system, and her weakened immune system couldn't fight it off. The solution is simple but critical. Never eat cold rice. Always reheat rice to steaming hot, at least 165 degrees Fahrenheit, and eat it immediately. If rice has been sitting out for more than 2 hours, throw it away. Better yet, make smaller portions that you'll finish in one meal. Your digestive system will thank you. Number 8, cold deli meats. Those convenient sliced turkey, ham, and roast beef from the deli counter might look fresh, but they're actually ticking time bombs for seniors. Cold deli meats are frequently contaminated with Listeria monocytogenes, a bacteria that thrives in cold temperatures and specifically targets older adults with devastating effects. Listeria is unlike other food bacteria because it actually grows better in cold environments. Your refrigerator doesn't stop it. In fact, it encourages it. This bacteria can multiply even at temperatures as low as 32 degrees Fahrenheit. And for seniors, listeria infection, called listeriosis, is 50 times more likely to occur than in younger adults. The symptoms start subtle. You might feel like you're getting a mild flu with fatigue, muscle aches, and slight fever. But within days, it can progress to severe complications including meningitis, brain abscesses, and blood infections. The mortality rate for seniors with listeriosis can reach 20 to 30%. That means 1 in 4 seniors who develop this infection could die from it. Take the case of Robert, a 68-year-old retiree who enjoyed making cold sandwiches for lunch every day. He bought his deli meat fresh every week and stored it properly, but one batch was contaminated at the processing plant. Within a week of eating those cold sandwiches, he developed what seemed like a mild cold. 3 days later, he was unconscious in the hospital with bacterial meningitis. He survived, but the infection caused permanent hearing loss and memory problems. The bacterial contamination often happens during the slicing process at delis. Those slicing machines are difficult to clean completely, and listeria can hide in microscopic crevices. Even when deli workers follow proper sanitation protocols, cross-contamination can occur. If you must eat deli meat, heat it to steaming hot before consumption. The USDA recommends heating deli meats to 165 degrees Fahrenheit until they're steaming. This kills listeria and makes the meat safe for seniors. Better yet, choose freshly cooked meats instead of processed deli varieties. Number 7. Cold, soft cheeses. Brie, camembert, blue cheese, feta, and other soft cheeses are delicious, but they're extremely dangerous when eaten cold by seniors. These cheeses create the perfect environment for bacterial growth, particularly listeria, because they're less acidic and contain more moisture than hard cheeses. The manufacturing process for soft cheeses often uses unpasteurized milk, which introduces additional bacteria. Even when pasteurized milk is used, the cheese-making process creates conditions where harmful bacteria can flourish. The creamy texture and high moisture content provide ideal breeding grounds for pathogens. Many soft cheeses are aged in environments where beneficial molds grow on the surface, but harmful bacteria can hide underneath these molds, protected from detection. When you eat cold soft cheese, you're consuming millions of bacteria that your aging immune system may not be able to handle. We treated Margaret, a 71-year-old woman who loved hosting dinner parties. She always served a beautiful cheese board with imported brie and camembert. After one party, she ate the leftover cheese cold for several days. Within a week, she developed severe diarrhea, fever, and confusion. Blood tests revealed a serious listeria infection that required 2 weeks of intensive antibiotic treatment. The solution is heat treatment. If you want to enjoy soft cheeses, heat them until they're bubbling hot. Baked brie, heated until steaming, is actually safer and often more delicious than cold versions. The high temperature kills dangerous bacteria while preserving the creamy texture and rich flavor. Number 6. Cold shellfish and seafood. Raw oysters, cold shrimp, crab salad, and other chilled seafood dishes are extremely risky for seniors. These foods often contain Vibrio bacteria, which can cause severe gastrointestinal illness and blood infections in older adults. Shellfish are filter feeders, meaning they strain water through their bodies to capture food. This process also concentrates bacteria, viruses, and toxins from polluted water. Even when harvested from clean waters, shellfish can become contaminated during processing, transportation, or storage. The aging digestive system produces less stomach acid, which normally helps kill harmful bacteria in food. This means seniors are more susceptible to infections from contaminated seafood. Additionally, many seniors take medications that further reduce stomach acid production, increasing their vulnerability. Cold seafood salads, sushi, and raw bars pose additional risks because they often sit at unsafe temperatures for extended periods. The bacteria multiply rapidly, reaching dangerous levels long before any visible signs of spoilage appear. Harold, a 69-year-old retired fisherman, thought he was being healthy by eating cold shrimp salad twice a week. He bought it fresh from his local market and kept it properly refrigerated. But one batch contained Vibrio vulnificus, a flesh-eating bacteria that thrives in warm coastal waters. Within 12 hours of eating that cold shrimp salad, Harold developed severe abdominal pain and bloody diarrhea. By the next morning, he had developed septic shock. The infection had entered his bloodstream and was attacking his organs. He spent 3 weeks in intensive care and barely survived. The key with seafood is temperature control and proper heating. If you want to enjoy shrimp, crab, or other shellfish, make sure it's heated to at least 145 degrees Fahrenheit. Cold seafood cocktails, sushi, and raw bars should be completely avoided by anyone over 60. The risks simply aren't worth the temporary pleasure. Number 5. Cold egg-based foods. Mayonnaise-based salads, cold egg salad sandwiches, and dishes containing raw or undercooked eggs are dangerous territory for seniors. Eggs can harbor salmonella bacteria both on the shell and inside the egg itself. When these foods sit cold, the bacteria multiply rapidly, creating a toxic meal waiting to happen. The problem with egg-based foods isn't just the eggs themselves. It's the combination of eggs with other ingredients that creates ideal bacterial growth conditions. Potato salad, chicken salad, and tuna salad made with mayonnaise provide protein, moisture, and the perfect pH balance for harmful bacteria to flourish. Many seniors grew up in an era when food safety rules were less stringent. They remember eating homemade mayonnaise and raw cookie dough without problems. But aging changes everything. Your immune system can't fight off infections like it used to. Your digestive tract processes food more slowly, giving bacteria more time to multiply and cause damage. Salmonella infection in seniors can be devastating. It doesn't just cause the typical stomach upset. In older adults, it can lead to bacteremia, where the infection spreads through the bloodstream to other parts of the body. This can cause arthritis, endocarditis, and meningitis. The recovery time is longer, and the complications can be permanent. We saw this with Patricia, a 74-year-old grandmother who made egg salad for a family picnic. She ate the leftovers cold for 3 days afterward. By Thursday, she was experiencing severe dehydration from vomiting and diarrhea. The salmonella had damaged her intestinal lining so severely that she needed IV fluids and antibiotics for a week. She lost 12 pounds and took months to fully recover. Always heat egg-based dishes to 160 degrees Fahrenheit before eating. If you're making salads with mayonnaise, prepare small portions that will be consumed immediately and keep them ice cold until serving. Never let these foods sit at room temperature and throw them away after 3 days in the refrigerator. Number 4, cold sprouts and raw vegetables. Alfalfa sprouts, bean sprouts, and other sprouted seeds are nutritional powerhouses, but they're also bacterial breeding grounds that specifically target vulnerable seniors. The warm, moist conditions needed for sprouting create the perfect environment for E. coli, salmonella, and other dangerous pathogens to multiply. The contamination often happens at the seed level, before sprouting even begins. When contaminated seeds are placed in warm, humid sprouting conditions, the bacteria multiply exponentially. By the time the sprouts reach your plate, they can contain millions of harmful organisms. Washing doesn't help because the bacteria are embedded deep within the sprout structure. For seniors, E. coli infection can quickly progress to hemolytic uremic syndrome, a life-threatening condition that causes kidney failure and neurological damage. The aging kidneys are already working harder to filter toxins, and a bacterial infection can push them over the edge into complete failure. Cold raw vegetables like pre-cut lettuce, spinach, and cab, often processed beige, carry similar risks. These vegetables are in large facilities where cross-contamination can occur. Once bacteria attach to the leaf surfaces, they form protective biofilms that resist washing and sanitizing. Frank, a 72-year-old health-conscious retiree, added alfalfa sprouts to his salads every day. He thought he was boosting his nutrition. Instead, he was exposing himself to dangerous bacteria. After 2 weeks of eating contaminated sprouts, he developed severe abdominal cramping and bloody diarrhea. The E. coli infection damaged his kidneys so badly that he needed temporary dialysis. He never fully recovered his kidney function. The safest approach is to avoid raw sprouts entirely. If you want the nutritional benefits, choose cooked vegetables instead. Steaming, sautéing, or stir-frying vegetables kills harmful bacteria while preserving most of the nutrients. For salads, stick to vegetables you can peel yourself, like carrots and cucumbers, and wash everything thoroughly under running water. Number 3. Cold dairy products past their prime. Milk, yogurt, and other dairy products that have been sitting in your refrigerator for days or weeks become bacterial time bombs. As dairy products age, their protective barriers break down, allowing harmful bacteria to multiply rapidly. The expiration dates on dairy products are in growth patterns, after its suggestions. They're safety guidelines based on bacterial. The expiration date, even properly refrigerated dairy, can harbor dangerous levels of bacteria. For seniors, consuming expired dairy can trigger severe gastrointestinal infections that lead to dehydration and electrolyte imbalances. Cold milk that smells slightly off or yogurt with liquid separation isn't just unappetizing. It's potentially deadly for older adults. The bacteria produce toxins that can cause violent vomiting and diarrhea. In seniors, this rapid fluid loss can quickly lead to shock and organ failure. Martha, an 81-year-old widow, was trying to save money by using milk a few days past its expiration date. She didn't want to waste food, so she continued drinking it cold with her cereal. Within 48 hours, she developed severe stomach cramps and couldn't keep any fluids down. The bacterial infection had damaged her intestinal lining, and she needed emergency hospitalization for dehydration and IV antibiotics. Always aeration dates before check X consuming dairy products. When in doubt, throw it out. The few dollars you might save aren't worth the thousands in medical bills and the risk to your health. If dairy products smell sour, look chunky, or have any off appearance, discard them immediately. Number 2, cold processed meats beyond deli slices. Hot dogs, bologna, liverwurst, and other processed meats are loaded with preservatives and bacteria that become concentrated health hazards when eaten cold. These products undergo extensive processing that can introduce contamination at multiple points in the manufacturing chain. These 9 foods represent silent threats hiding in refrigerators across the country. Every cold bite puts seniors at risk for infections that younger bodies might fight off, but aging immune systems cannot handle. The solution is simple but life-saving. Heat these foods to steaming temperatures or avoid them entirely. Your health is too precious to gamble with convenience. Remember, what worked at 40 can kill you at 70. Stay safe, stay informed, and thanks for watching.